Due to health issues, John, who needed to live in the countryside for a while, decided to stay in a neglected but suitable house from the era of George II, following a friend's recommendation. When he went to see the house for the first time, John wandered a little around the village where the house was located, ignored the rumors that the house was haunted, and decided to rent it. His sister Patty, a deaf groom, 2 female servants, a young girl, and a hunting dog moved into the house with him. However, from the very first day, unrest began to surface. Suspicion and fear spread like a contagious disease, eventually affecting John as well. When the servants also began to leave the house in a strange manner, John thought they should leave the house, but his sister forced him to stay. They decided to give up hiring servants, handle the chores themselves, invite friends over, and stay together until Christmas. After all the friends arrived, they drew lots to determine who would stay in which rooms. John began to stay in the attic room of the house, once belonging to the former owner, Master Edgar Thone. In the first days, the newcomers experienced nights filled with strange noises in the house and odd occurrences, along with efforts to repair certain areas. In those early days, no one encountered a ghost or any extraordinary phenomenon. However, one morning, John noticed while shaving that he was shaving a small boy in the mirror. That night, he went to bed thinking about it, but woke up at midnight to see Master Edgar Thone's skeleton beside him. Overcome with extreme fear, he became convinced that strange things were happening in the house. After the night he saw Master Edgar Thone's skeleton, sleep became a luxury for John. Every time he closed his eyes, the face of the small boy appearing in the mirror came to his mind, followed by the skeletal face with hollow eyes emerging from the darkness of the attic room, seemingly leaning toward him. To suppress his fear, John invited his friends that night to the living room for conversation and wine. But as the conversation progressed, everyone admitted that they had experienced some strange occurrences over the past few days, which darkened John's mood even more. None had told each other, fearing they would be thought insane. Shortly after midnight, the house suddenly grew icy cold. The temperature dropped abruptly and their breaths became visible. The dog pricked up its ears and growled. Then a heavy dragging sound came from the attic. John's heart leapt into his throat because the sound was different from the muffled hum he had been hearing since the first day. It seemed deliberately frightening this time. Everyone's faces turned pale. Patty said, "Maybe it's just the wind causing these strange sounds." But her voice trembled. Unable to bear it any longer, John took his lantern and decided to go up to the attic. No one could stop him. The rest followed, holding on to each other out of fear, the sound of the stairs echoing as they moved behind John. When they stepped into the attic, John's breath caught. The door to Master Edgar Thone's room was open, and inside an old shadow stretching to the floor slid off the wall toward the adjoining room. Patty was about to scream in fear, but they silenced her. In the middle of the room stood a very old-looking chest. Its lock was broken, as if someone had recently forced it open. The chest was empty, except for child-sized scratch marks along its edges. John's hand trembled, holding the lantern. At that moment, he seemed to hear, from the back, a child screaming in terror as if pleading for help. "Master, they left me here." One of the friends collapsed to the floor. The dog barked and backed away. A buzzing sound filled John's ears. The small boy in the mirror, the skeleton, the scratched walls. Everything was coming together. This time, the child's voice came from closer, as if right behind one of them. "They won't let me leave." When John turned his lantern, the darkness stood still. A face appeared in the shadows, pale, with hollow eyes and thick lips. But it wasn't a skeleton. It was a terrifying ghost of a child, and it whispered, "Master Edgar Thone is still here." At that moment, whatever was in the attic toppled, the door slammed shut on its own, and the room was plunged into pitch darkness. Heavy footsteps were heard at the far end of the corridor. Footsteps of an adult. As John tried to light the lantern, Patty's voice cut through the darkness. "Run, John! He's coming!"